Hi, and welcome to episode 23 of Girlfriends Knitting. To me, that just seems like, wow, 23 episodes? And yet Karen of Around the Twist is like on 144 or something. So I think it's funny that I'm all impressed with my 23, and yet you have people doing it for 2 and 3 years. And I love that. I love watching all these other podcasts, and I thank you so much for taking your time to watch this one, because there's so many good ones out there that I just think it's amazing that anyone is willing to watch mine. So I appreciate it. I am Carolyn, also known as Call Shirley on Plurk and Ravelry and Gmail and everywhere else. And I have so many finished objects to show you this week. I'm so excited. Let's start with the big knit along going through September 18th. Color Affection. This is my gorgeous, super soft Color Affection shawl that I have on backwards. Ta-da! Isn't that better? Let's see. Details. Knit out of Dream in Color Smushy. It's their wool cashmere nylon blend. It's the same makeup as the yarn that was called for in the pattern, but it's a different yarn than what was called for in the pattern. So it's Dream in Color, starting with Sundown Orchid. Then the purple is Amethyst Ink, and then that gorgeous green, and the colors are showing up really well today, is Happy Forest. And this is pretty real to life, true to life. The colors that it's showing up. My face is bleached out, but the colors on the Color Affection are accurate. Knit with my ChiaoGoo size 6 needles. I love it. I may just have it draped over me for the rest of the episode. That would be lovely, because it is cold here in my office. Let me get it all draped. It is not blocked yet, so I'm still just enjoying the lovely smushiness. Isn't that great? So, details of the knit along. If you are knitting a Color Affection like everybody else in the knitting world and would like to post your pictures to our Ravelry group in the finished objects thread on September 18th, I will draw for some prizes such as yarn goodness, bag goodness, pattern goodness, and stitch markers. So there will be several prizes. So if you are interested at all in joining the knit along, feel free to double dip, post your finished objects there. I really hope that you join in on that. So here is mine. And if you haven't cast on yet, you have plenty of time. You can cast on still, because this is going to be all summer long doing this knit along up through September 18th. So there is our lovely Color Affection shawl. I really like how that looks. Looking at myself in the camera. Alright, I have to take it off though, because of the second finished object. I got on a roll this weekend. I wasn't feeling good, and I sat in my living room and knit the whole weekend. It was wonderful. So I did the knit along with Knittables and Knitting in Circles, Froggy Monkey. Remember, I spun the Froggy Monkey yarn in the orange, green, and turquoise. And this is my lovely little Zuzu's Petals KAL. It too is not blocked. I can put it on, though. And there are pictures of it on Ravelry. So I did spin this in a true gradient. I had 200 and something yards. I don't remember the exact details, but I had plenty to do the large size. I probably could have even done the small and would have had enough. It's very warm, very comfy, and I am in love with it. I can't wait to wear it this winter. Right now it's still way too warm here to even think about wearing it even in an office. But I think it's going to be awesome. And so thank y'all for choosing this pattern. I think you did a lovely job of choosing the pattern for me, because I did ask for input on which pattern to knit my Froggy Monkey out of. And so this is my Froggy Monkey Zuzu's Petal KAL. I'm calling it It's a Wonderful Pattern, after It's a Wonderful Life, which is where the Zuzu's petals come from. And it really is a wonderful pattern. Super fast knit. I started about noon on Saturday and just kept knitting on and off, you know, stop and cook dinner, stop and run to town, that kind of thing, and finished about midnight. So very, very fast. Highly recommend this as a quick project, even a quick gift. Easily done in a weekend. Oh, but there's more. You remember the lovely bag? This bag is from Cloverbird. Let me show you her tag. I highly recommend you checking out her website and ordering you some bag goodness. And she has sent 2 bags for the other knit-along, which is the Racing Heart Socks knit-along. And I've got to tell you about this bag. For those of you, I don't know if I should share this or not. I've got to. For those of you who may win this bag, I have 2 of them to give away. For those of you who may win this bag for the knitting hearts, do you see the skeletons? See how they have running shoes and hearts. You see how they're bright white. And yes, I've got fuzz all over my black bag. But I often knit in bed watching podcasts before I fall asleep. So I pull up my podcast on my iPad and I'm sitting there in bed knitting, and then for 30 minutes or so, and then I put it up and I lay it on the side of my bed. So this was sitting on my nightstand. Woke up in the middle of the night, looked over. These skeletons glow in the dark. Cloverbird did not mention that to me. So I woke up in the middle of the night and had skeletons. Luckily, they're little happy skeletons staring at me. It was hilarious. So in case you win this bag, the skeletons glow in the dark. And boy, do they glow. Okay. I have Racing Hearts goodness in here. So you remember I had knit one of the socks. Yes, I do not have sock blockers here in my office today. One sock and second sock, and not woven in. They do not match, right? Because this is actually a fiber nymph yarn in Kiss Me Like You Mean It that I had used as a test knit, but it is not the yarn that the pattern calls for. This is the yarn the pattern calls for, which is Desert Vista Dye Works in the C to 5K themed colorway. And you get the red or gray solid, then you get a self-striping, and you get a variegated. And so this is how I chose to knit up my sock. And I showed you last week that I was almost done with the second one. And so sure enough, I now have a pair of socks in the correct yarn. Oh, but wait. If you watch now, you will also see those. But if you order now, yes, I have not 1 pair, but 2 pair of Racing Heart socks. Of course, needing the ends woven in and to be blocked, but that's neither here nor there. So 2 gorgeous, lovely Racing Heart socks. Yay! And new picks of the correct yarn were taken yesterday or day before yesterday. Pretty Nitty also took new pics of her gray completed pair. And so I'm going to be updating the pattern here, probably here in just a minute, with the new pics. So if you've bought the pattern for the Racing Heart socks, you should see an update soon, which will have the new pictures on there. If you have not yet bought the Racing Heart sock pattern, I have people telling me how much fun it is, and they're just bragging about the pattern. And I just thank you so much for all of your compliments on the pattern. All of the funny humor in the pattern, which I love, that completely came from Pretty. So I want to give her credit for that, because that was all her, and she is a hoot. She cracks me up. So take a look for the update coming soon to a Ravelry store near you. That is my finished objects, as if that's all, right? Just 4. But I had to cast on something, right? If I finished all of that, you knew I had to cast on something. So I'm just knit along addicted, I guess. Because remember, the Racing Hearts is also a knit along going through the end of August. So here's what I cast on. This is Cascade Ultra Pima in China Pink. So it's a real, real light pink. And I'm using the wrong needle. I've got to go and get the correct length needle. So right now I'm having to magic loop, which I'm not enjoying. Not that I don't enjoy magic looping, but it's long enough that it's not meant for magic looping. And so I've got to get a different cable. And these are my interchangeables, so I can switch them out. Not a big deal. This is the Gemini. And as you can see, I literally have about 4 rows. The Gemini t-shirt, Megan of Stockinette Zombies knit a Gemini dress in a same yarn, but in a red. And so if you've seen the latest episode, or maybe it was one back, the one that came back from SSK of Stockinette Zombies, you've seen her in her red, she had her red Gemini. And it's the Stockinette Zombies July-August knit-along is the Gemini. Being a Gemini, I had to knit it. I think I told y'all that last week. So it is cast on, and I'm very excited about that. The other thing that I'm working on is my abalone sweater, and it's just too hot to work on that right now. And those are the only 2 things I have on my needles right now. I know. I'm in shock that I'm down to just those 2 sweaters. So I'm planning on getting those done. The other thing going on, of course, is training. Well, that's the other thing that's supposed to be going on. I'm looking for, excuse the shoulder shot. The other thing that's supposed to be going on is training, and it has not been going on. And I've been getting in major trouble with my motivators here that I have not been training. But I just didn't feel like it this week. I have not been feeling my normal self. It's not like I've been sick. I was sick Sunday. But it's not like I am sick. I'm just not feeling my normal self. So I was told that absolutely under no circumstances could I get out of working out today. My friend Carla even hit me because I told her I hadn't worked out. She went smack on my shoulder. I know, friend abuse. She is my one of my running buddies. There's a bunch of us here at Northwest who walk, run in the afternoons, and we are doing the color run together. So we have a team on the color run, and so to help me get motivated and to get to the gym this afternoon and get training, I decided I needed a deadline because I work really well under pressure. It's like under pressure, I'm like, okay, gotta get this done. Color run. In 13 weeks, 1 day, 20 hours, 13 minutes, and 58, 56, 57 seconds. 13 weeks. The Ease into 5K is an 8-week program. I don't have much time. Got to get going on this. So, color run. And yes, the woman has pink hair. That's because in the color run, as you're running the 5K, they're throwing paint at you. Maybe we'll have video from the color run. We'll see. I may get Amy to video some of that for us when I go and run to put on the episode in October. I feel like I'm losing weight. I don't know why. I haven't been exercising like I should be. I'm not eating. Let me take that back. It's not that I'm eating well. I'm certainly not eating well. But I'm not snacking. I eat a breakfast, which is unusual for me. Usually it consists of a fiber bar, protein shake, something like that. A very small light lunch. And a regular dinner. Drinking a lot more fluid than normal. That's always a good thing, especially more water. I'm getting in the habit of reaching for water at night for dinner instead of sweet tea or something. So that's good. So I'm still not up to my 2 liters a day, my 4 bottles a day. And remember, I had a discussion on Ravelry where I actually do need more than the 2 liters, but I'm not up to that yet, but I am getting in the habit of reaching for that bottle of water instead of reaching for a Coke or tea or something like that. And generally, I would always reach for sweet tea. Sweet tea was my fallback, and I actually do have sweet tea sitting on my desk right now, so that's bad. But at least I am starting to reach for water in general at night at my house instead of something else. And I have found cold bottled water I can handle. I have never liked the taste of water, and people keep saying, there is no taste. Yeah, there's a taste, especially out of tap. Our tap water is gross. It is just absolutely flat gross. I don't like buying bottled water because I don't like the impact on the environment. But filtered water just doesn't taste the same to me. So I'm definitely we've been trying to recycle. We've got some garbage bags and stuff for sorting, recycling. We're looking into doing some composting and stuff like that. Because I hate the impact on the environment that buying bottled water gives you. And so I have been looking for like the bottles that have the filter in them that you can just keep refilling. But to me, it still just doesn't taste the same. So I don't know. Gotta figure out how to navigate those waters. Gotta get to the gym this afternoon. Got to. Bug me on Ravelry. Bug me on Clark. Find out if I went. If I didn't, you might want to find Carla because she's probably run me over with her car or something. I don't. I'm picking on Carla. But she has been very big motivation. Get yourself to the gym. And she is a member of the same gym, so she's actually going to be there this afternoon after work. And she works upstairs, so she will see whether or not I leave and go to the gym. She will be at the gym when I leave and go to the gym, so if I'm not there, she will know. I got to get training. 13 weeks, people. 13 weeks. And there are some of you on Ravelry who are just like gangbusters, and I'm so proud of you. And I wish I were there with you, and I don't know why I'm not. I've got to get myself there. I'm doing this for me, so I don't know why I'm not there. Okay, I've rambled on and on about my exercise now, so I will hush and let y'all go find another podcast that isn't rambling. I hope you do join me next week, though, and I will hopefully have some good exercise progress to show you, and maybe even some progress on my Gemini sweater. All right, talk to you later. Bye, guys.